There we go. Hello, check. Yeah, we're good. All right, we're live. You know what I mean. We're not yet.
When you said live.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, another episode of No, just kidding.
Another episode.
Another episode.
Borracho La Seca.
Funny enough, though, I was gonna say exactly. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm gonna upload this to the Gh3to8udda's pod, but this is essentially the first episode of a collab between myself, Gh3to8udda, and
What a gentleman! You went first.
well, I don't
Psycho
know.
Alex over here.
What a gentleman. Besides, I'm technically not a man, so.
What a gentle person.
Yeah.
To go before me.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm selfish. Oh shit. No, but yeah, this is actually the first episode of something that we're gonna be doing more often, God's willing. A collab that we're gonna refer to as El Borracho La Seca with the DJ effects. Oh god, this thing keeps slipping. There we go. Okay, I think I'm good. Because I want to monitor at the same time they were
That's
recording.
what she said.
Oh wow. I mean,
Anyways.
fuck's sake. Anywho, so for those that don't speak Spanish that are listening to this, El Borracho La Seca. It's not a direct translation, but more or less, essentially, it's we're gonna refer to it not as a translation, but the English title is gonna be Drunk and Sober.
Woo!
So, yeah, and the reason we went with that whole separate title thing is because like Drunk and Sober doesn't sound as cool
As
in
Borracho
Spanish,
Seca.
yeah, and then so we kind of had to personify ourselves as El Borracho as in like the drunk, and La Seca, which is like the dry one. So or the dry girl, because Seca is like a feminine
Term.
But exactly, yeah, it's a God damn it, these fucking headphones are not doing me any fucking favors. Oh my god. All right, I'm good. We can still keep talking.
Oh my
It's
God.
just I can't monitor.
So we have El Borracho Gh3to8udda.
Yeah.
And then we have La Seca.
And true enough to the title of our new fucking podcast, I am currently buzzing it, and Psycho Alex over here is drinking 0% alcohol Heineken and carbonated water, Mineragua to be specific, from Los Jarritos. Sponsor us, bitch.
Okay, first of all, you said Jarritos. Even though we've been talking about like
People saying it all freaking weird, I know.
Spanish stuff with an English accent.
Yeah.
Can you believe, talking about accents, can you believe that somebody came to me? For those of you that don't know me, I actually wasn't born in the States, so I actually tried really, really hard to lose the Mexican accent or the Spanish accent when I speak English. So now apparently the Mexicans, my peoples, think I have an American accent when I speak Spanish. And yeah, it happens to a lot of Mexican Americans, but I was born in Mexico.
Oh, that's my sister right there.
It's so hard because as much as I try, I feel like also because I don't actually like hang out with a lot of like Spanish speakers or like native Spanish speakers.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like it like me, but not really, And so it's kind of hard to. First of all, the first guy that told me, he said it sounded sexy. So I was like, okay, like.
That's why you're like,
all
you're
right,
forgiven.
I guess you and I can practice my Spanish. But then the second guy is this friend I met, and he like started saying like, he's like.
Did he call you a bocha?
Yeah,
He did, yeah.
He's like, I didn't want to tell you anything, but now that you bring it up, like, yeah, you totally sound like a bocha, and I'm like, The audacity! You hurt my feelings.
Oh shit. Yeah, I mean it's gonna happen. Honestly, I've never had that happen per se, other than like I've had people like make fun of my pronunciations when I was a kid.
Oh no.
Yeah,
But that's
I
so
was
mean.
Yeah, one. But I mean, like in their defense, I was in Mexico, so like yeah, this was like family that were doing that shit. But I still got pissed. But luckily though, I didn't get so pissed that I did what some people do, and they refuse to stop trying to speak Spanish.
Yeah,
because they're like, fuck this, I can't fucking
that hurts though. Like
yeah,
I feel like I'm guilty of both apparently.
Yeah.
I'm guilty of mocking, and I'm guilty of like making fun of, and I'm guilty of
misspeaking or speaking improperly.
Yeah,
there you go.
yeah. So I've changed my ways, guys. I'm reformed, but but it's because it just
I'm no longer a cunt.
No, exactly.
Oh shit.
I'm more understanding now.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess honestly, it's depending on the mindset that you're on. It's easy to get caught up in stuff.
Well, it's kind of crazy though because what did start happening to me was that I was petrified.
Yeah.
Of being crucified.
At first, you were afraid.
If like.
Do you have any idea what I'm referencing right there? No. At first, I was afraid.
Oh,
I was petrified.
Yeah. At first, I was afraid.
That's why I was like,
petrified.
At first, were you afraid? Like, just, you know.
I should have got it. I knew what you were saying. But I was like, I was more focused on like.
Because I never hear someone say petrified. So whenever, like, now all of a sudden, like, that just instantly popped into my head, you know? I do that a lot, you know. Movies, songs.
Yeah, references. Love it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, at first I was afraid and then I was petrified that they were going to crucify me because, like, my family in Mexico, because it was like, ya se cree gringa, you know, because of me talking, like, now, like a whole ass pocha. And, like, it was terrifying. And then also, like, I
So when you say you were afraid of getting crucified, you almost mean literally. Basically.
Well, you know, sort of, because, like...
as I said, almost. I'm not saying actually,
No, of course. But I mean, like in a sense, in a, like, irrational way, I was afraid that they would, like, disown me kind of thing. Like, oh, you're not Mexican anymore. Yeah. Because, you know...
it's understandable.
It's kind of crazy, though, because...
Certain families are like that.
Yeah.
Like, certain families are like... Especially if you came from that country.
Yeah. And
then all of a sudden you go back to the country and you're like, you're not, you know, either speaking a certain way or you're not whatever. Like, yeah. But, I mean, most of the time, though, the only time I've seen that shit happen.
I'm sorry. I love
you like
this
the song?
I want to see them live. I want to see them live so bad.
Who, the Sacred Souls?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah.
How you feel?
This is one of the ones that popped up on that, when you sent me that morning feel good playlist.
Because I love them.
I remember freaking it like it, but it also because the thing is I have them on my like songs.
Really?
Yeah, I have them on my like songs on the library.
I found them on Instagram or something.
I just found them barely like freaking a few months ago. I forgot exactly like so not long. I'm not like I've been listening for them no. Like I found them like 2-3 months ago because of a freaking TikTok video.
Oh no.
And I was just like, oh fuck, this is actually
they're
pretty good. It was like I was like I think it was like a clip of a music video. Like dude's like over here. Yeah.
I totally missed out because like last year, I think it was like for New Year's.
Yeah.
They were having a party in LA, and like a show, and I was like, oh my god, I'm totally gonna go. And then I don't know, financial or something came up, and I was just like, oh man, I can't go.
You can't, yeah.
Or I think I had a show already, something like that.
Yeah.
And you know me, I'll be at concerts all day long. I missed it. I totally missed them. And they're having a new show.
Wait, okay, so you were going to go watch these guys.
Yeah. I want to see them live.
And then, okay.
Yeah, and then they're having a new tour. And I don't see any LA dates.
At where?
I don't see any LA dates. Like.
Oh, so they're not going to freaking shoot through LA.
I don't think so.
That's crazy. You think freaking in LA, like a group like this would be like highly requested, but. Because usually whenever a freaking group does a tour, they go after like what we were talking about earlier with analytics.
Yeah.
So they go after like where they see people are listening to them and shit like that. But then again, who knows? Maybe freaking the goddamn the rap beef engulfed everyone's lives between fucking Kendrick and Drake,
God.
and so like suddenly all other artists of other genres were like, get the fuck out of here. We want to know what's happening with Drake and Kendrick. Fucking, and I'm like, oh my god. Which, I mean, I love Kendrick. I liked like a few songs of Drake. Of course, now not anymore, because now freaking it's like, oh, he's a fucking pedophile. Like, never mind. Like, what the fuck?
You know from him from the get-go, because I knew him from Degrassi.
Yeah.
It's like, from the get-go, or not the get-go, but when he came out with songs Started From the Bottom, Now We're Here.
Yeah.
I was like, what bottom, bro? Like.
All right, because he already had like fame. He had some money.
A kid actor, like a child actor. So, you know, come on.
Yeah, no, I get it. That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's at the same time, it was such a contrast to him on Degrassi and him, Drake the rapper, that I didn't even realize. Because I'd seen Degrassi.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't watch it like religiously, but I seen it here and there, like growing up and shit. Well, yeah, I mean, like, so I guess kind of.
He's a kid that gets shot and ends up in a wheelchair.
Yeah, well, I mean, I never saw the episode where he got shot.
Oh.
But I still remember him being on there. But again, I didn't remember him
Maybe
being
he counted that as being thug critic.
Well, that too. I mean,
he got shot at. Fake.
I mean, he got shot. You know, he's gonna fucking next thing you know, he's gonna kill him. He's just as freaking as gangster as 50 Cent or some shit. You know? Yeah. He's gonna die trying. Like. Oh fuck! Man. I don't think a lot of people are gonna listen to this shit unless they listen to hip hop or rap. Is it? I don't know.
That's
whatever.
another thing. That's why they keep dissing him, because he's like, you're not even really hip hop. You're more like pop.
Yeah.
Anything, you know?
That's like, who was it that was talking about him? I think it was Mos Def, like another like hip hop dude. Mm-hmm. I think it was him. It was some like one of the harder like old school, but like also like not super well known.
Yeah.
So to speak, at least. Like, if you mention Mos Def, not everyone's gonna be like, oh yeah, like, you know, if you listen to hip hop, you know Mos Def. Mm-hmm. If you don't listen to it, and I mean like by that, I'd be like, you can listen to hip hop artists, like certain songs, certain artists, but that don't mean you listen to hip hop.
Right.
Like, especially if all you do is listen to fucking Drake.
Yeah, seriously.
You definitely are not listening to fucking hip hop. Your
like
ass is listening to fucking hip hop. That's it.
Very low.
You know? Yeah. That super diluted fucking hip hop.
Yeah.
By the way, my voice is gonna fade away because I'm gonna grab another beer from my special little mini fridge that my sister got me recently.
Oh,
freaking!
I gotta get new sound effects because I can't find the song I want.
What's that freaking?
I should post it on TikTok. Those fuckers find everything.
Oh, like to just have someone find it, or
yeah.
They either find it or freaking some random person will comment on there.
Knows it. Yeah.
On the commenters, like, by the way, for those that don't know, this song is from here. This movie is this. This anime is this.
Seriously.
And then everyone's like liking it, and then at the bottom, like a bunch of replies, like "Thanks, dog" or whatever the fuck. Yeah, alright.
I feel like that would be
all the fucking time on TikTok. That's how I found. That's like I said. That's how I found those fucking guys. That's how I fell in love with fucking 80s music. Well, not all of it, but you know. Yeah. 80s music in general, like certainly like this fucking song.
Yeah.
Because of shit like that again in TikTok. People putting it in special circumstances, you know. Yeah. Fucking everybody wants to rule the world. Who doesn't? Oh, shit. But, so, I feel like we've gone through the one of the chaotic phases, which is my aspect of a podcast recording. But we did have a plan. Somewhat, and rather a specific subject that we wanted to speak on, which is more of Psycho Alex's freaking
style.
Bag. Yeah. And that was superheroes, because of the video that she ran into, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so a video she ran into involving was dude black? Right? Or who was it? Or was dude Latino? The video you sent me.
was
on TikTok.
About the guy.
The historian, like the comic historian, or was it?
He was Hispanic.
He was Hispanic,
Yeah.
right? So he was talking about Hispanics
Yeah.
in comics and such and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, we figured that'd be a
Superhero.
good. Oh, sorry, what?
Superheroes in general, but I think they were talking about a little bit more focused on like Marvel characters.
Yeah, well, like the MCU, I think.
Yeah.
Or like it's probably like comics in general that was like I forgot the video itself.
Yeah, well, when I was hearing about like that they were gonna produce some of the characters and they were gonna make like Black Superman and things like that, I'm not gonna lie, I would get a little irritated because I felt like we deserved, and I'm not black obviously, but I felt like because we're talking about Hispanic characters as well, is that to me it would just make more sense that we would create like characters that came out like Miles Morales that like you know kind of came out like that, and his origin story was like real, and it wasn't just like we were now gonna be a Latino Superman or a Black Superman, you know. I love that they did the like Ariel that is like black, but
the fuck was that? Sorry about that. Someone outside on my window decided to drop something very loudly.
But it just, I don't know how much better or how easier that could be versus like them actually just, you know, replacing or not replacing but like casting somebody black or somebody Latino, because like I saw this whole, they were talking about, I don't remember exactly what they were talking, we should have watched it before we started. They were talking about,
what were you talking about? Like what are you trying to reference?
About the TikTok that we saw.
The one dude freaking with the historian. Okay.
Yeah.
So, you were trying to reference his name.
No. So like America Chavez character.
Yeah.
Can you actually hear me?
Huh? No, I can hear you. It's just there's a lot of bass in this freaking song, so I was like, oh crap. It's a good thing I have the this thing, the monitor going at the same time. We're right back in my zone, just like talking about something in actual freaking oh, for fuck's sake. Fuck off. No, there you go. I swear. This fucking thing. Anywho, let me make sure we're fucking recording. Because that's... I'll fucking murder someone. If I find out we haven't been recording again this whole fucking time.
After last time, I'm like...
I know. Oh my god. Yeah, we actually had another quote-unquote first episode ready, supposedly. And then at the end of the whole fucking run, came to find out, my phone didn't record anything beyond 30 seconds of our conversation. For whatever fucking reason.
Yeah, it was depressing. It was a depressing day.
Thanks, Apple, with your fucking supposed GarageBand mobile is just as good as the freaking computer one, or rather the desktop GarageBand. You're laughing at us.
Well, yeah, but it's because you said Apple. You see, I have this feud with my coworkers because everybody has Apple except me. So,
right.
So it's like, yeah, Samsung gang.
So you're talking shit to Apple essentially when you do the Nelson.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It didn't record anything.
Well, no, yeah, but I'm not, because it's like the ha is the whole like usual him mocking people for shit going wrong. So that's why I was like,
it's Apple's fault.
Well, it's Apple's fault, but it's like I feel like if anyone's gonna be doing that, it's Apple doing that shit to us.
Damn it.
So I was like, well, what else? But anywho, back to the subject at hand.
Yeah. So, America Chavez is apparently an alien from a different like planet or world or something. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what the guy was talking about. And so, like, there's I feel like there's a lot of characters. I just like Googled something real quick, and it said Ghost Rider was supposed to be originally Hispanic because it was supposed to be Robbie. That's his character name. And I was like, Nicolas Cage and Latino.
No, well the thing is well honestly I don't know too much about freaking Ghost Rider, like in the comic forms per se, other than like just seeing him like in Ghost Rider form.
Yeah.
You know. But as far as I know, his name was always. You know what? This is where the research part comes up. It says, you know, I did mention we were gonna be googling a lot of stuff, and so it's like, you know, we're still researching, researching.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch! Why does that sound so weird on the fucking mic?
He said, sure.
Researching. I busted a fucking Trump. Fucking.
Dear God.
What did he say? Saudi Arabia and something. The Ribadoo. That's exactly what he said. That's a quote.
Oh my
He
God.
was at a fucking thing and he said some shit about Saudi Arabia or something like that. He mentioned 2 countries. He was like Saudi Arabia and Ribadoo. And that was exactly what the fuck he said. It's like his brain like forgot what he was gonna say, and he just went with whatever sounds came out of his fucking mouth.
Oh my God.
And his audience, no one was still acknowledges that he's like, oh no, he's fine. He's fine. He's mentally capable. And like, sure, dude.
Sure.
Okay, whatever. Like, you know. But let's see. So, Ghost Rider.
These songs keep trying to play.
What?
These songs keep trying to play.
Oh no, it's fine. It's just the other one had a lot of
A
bass.
lot more. Yeah.
But because I mean, in the song's defense, it's called drum and bass. So
Oh.
this is lo-fi. So yeah, it's got some bass to it. It's not overpowering though. Yeah, right? Yeah. What are you singing?
It's Redbone.
It's what?
I stay home.
Oh, Redbone. It's a remix of Redbone. I didn't see the name title. All I could just kind of hear was the bass because of the freaking this thing. Yeah.
Robbie Reyes. Robbie Reyes.
Robbie Reyes. Yeah, and yet freaking right here. All right, but see, you know what? Because there's different Ghost Riders, I think. And as far as the one that they went off of in the movie, dude's name was Johnny Blaze. So I don't know if that's actually like because he was one of the Ghost Riders, or they just decided to just chuck everything out the window. But then again, they did that with a lot of comic movies, which was like.
Wasn't that what we were talking about though? That like a lot of them, that a lot of the characters, they just don't give us justice. Like they always either play somebody that gets killed, somebody gets arrested. Like there's always just violence. There's always just like things.
Yeah.
So they don't really get like a full story, or there's just always something that like they kill them off
Basically, I mean, yeah. Even when it came to what was dude's name, Namor, Namor, right? From freaking the Black Panther movie. Yeah, you know. Although I mean, wait, dude didn't die though, right?
The actual actor or the
No. The
No, they just went back.
The character, the
went
one
back.
that played Namor. Yeah.
They just went back.
Oh,
They
okay,
just went back to the water. But the whole plan is that okay, she beat him
Yeah.
in the movie, and then they're like just basically stayed in a like okay, we're gonna be even, everybody back to their place, their land or whatever.
Yeah.
But like if the colonizers take over or try to take over, then that's when he was gonna come back out and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Which is just kind of like okay, but like.
Well, yeah, but at that point, that's what I'm saying. At least it's like, I don't know. I feel like at least they tried with bringing a character like him, especially because essentially it's like them bringing like Mayans and.
Yeah, well,
and,
it's cool
you
because
know,
a lot of it,
yeah.
a lot of it was referencing like an Aztec god. I think it's what I found when I was watching.
I mean, even the language that they were speaking, isn't it freaking like super similar? Or it was essentially. I don't, because I mean I don't know it.
It was a variation of dialects.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it was that. Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say because a lot of the shit that they said freaking sounded like. Oh my god! How do I forget? I suck. The language my neighbors speak, for fuck's sake.
Nahuatl?
Huh?
Nahuatl?
Nahuatl? Nahuatl?
It's just.
Nahuatl.
Yeah.
Nahuatl. Oh yeah. There you go. Yeah, that's one I know. But yeah. Yeah, it sounded like here and there, certain things that they said
Well,
sounded like they were speaking.
I think the areas that they recorded were like in Yucatan, which is very like close to like all the stuff that like originated and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's just what I read somewhere.
No, I mean, like, it makes sense because, like I said, freaking when I was watching it, and you know, whenever they speak supposed Atlantean or whatever it was that they were speaking, it's like the same thing I fucking thought. Like I said, every time I heard them freaking speaking, I was like, it feels like I'm hearing like my neighbors speak, because my neighbors speak one of those dialects, you know, the Nahuatl, or I'm not even sure if it's that exactly, but yeah, but they speak one of our original dialects, basically, you know. Again, before we got colonized and we learned Spanish.
Yeah.
And people are like, everyone in Mexico speaks Spanish. I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, but that's why it's called Spanish, because it's from fucking Spain. You know, you're speaking Mexican. No. We're speaking Spanish. Yeah. If we had been left the fuck alone, we'd be speaking the variety. Mexico would be like Europe in the same way that Europe is referred to as one land. Well, I mean, it is a landmass, you know what I mean? But they all speak, you know, German, French, etc., and these are all countries that are next to each other that speak different languages. Same way with friggin' Mexico. You know, if it wasn't for that, unless, you know, I'm assuming at some point the Aztecs or the Mayans might have taken over, and then we'd always speak in fucking Aztec and or Mayan. I don't fucking know. But, yeah. We also wouldn't be Catholic. That's another freaking thing, too, for sure. We'd
have rituals.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Not baptisms and fucking...
Yeah, we wouldn't have none of that shit. We'd have, you know, freaking moon bathing and, you know... Actually,
rain dances.
I don't know, we probably would have already, if the culture still survived, we probably would have adapted somehow. Yeah. Because keep thinking that I'm like, the Aztecs and Mayans did freaking sacrifice people. Like, so I'm like, maybe we wouldn't have been doing that exactly, but you know.
It's kind of crazy because I've actually recently found out that they weren't how Apocalypto came out.
Oh, no, not that bad.
It was more of a, I mean, you know, they made that movie seem like they were savages. But fucking Spaniards and colonizers in general, they came and fucking destroyed people and raped people and just took over and
spread their diseases and shit and everything. Yeah.
You know, and so who's the real savage? But they would do.
Just kind of threw that in there real
there,
quick.
You know.
Who's the real savage? Anyway, like
as I was saying,
back to the matter at hand.
You know, they were. I read somewhere that they were actually like sort of like ceremonies, and that it was more like not necessarily. Yeah, that it was kind of like volunteering.
Yeah.
And like them giving the
the people that were sacrificed was them like devoting themselves to.
Yeah.
And not necessarily gods, because that's the thing, is they weren't gods. That's what I learned later on too, is that they were actually just like sorry, I'm making sure the song isn't too loud. It's loudish, but I can hear us, so it's fine. But yeah, it turns out they were just basically like personifications of aspects of nature.
Yeah.
So they weren't actually they were given a name, they were given a form, but that was just to kind of like help people understand, give them an image, something they can imagine in their minds.
Well, it's because can you imagine? Okay, we talk about people. Now we have been synthesized so much to aliens and all this stuff. But can you think about even in the fucking 80s, the 60s, like really confirming to people that aliens existed? Like people would go and have a massive panic. So in that time, it was easy.
Unless right now, because the number one thing I've heard right now is that, you know, people are like, there was like memes that I seen of people making, and they were like, where they're like, the U.S. government was like, hey, aliens exist, and then people are like, are they gonna help me pay my rent, or, you know, And they're like, the government was like, no, why? And they're like, then I don't give a fuck. Like,
Exactly.
like basically.
Yeah. But we have been so used to
yeah.
the idea of them existing.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of, like, we've heard too many conspiracy theories that it's just been like, yeah, that's just another Tuesday for me. Can we move on?
Basically.
And, like,
Yeah,
you know,
honestly.
but now I think about, like, back in the day without having the science to actually, you know, show, so this is the sun, and the sun warps around the earth, and, or the earth warps around the sun. Now I sound like an idiot. And the moon warps around earth and stuff. They didn't have the science per se to show that. I mean,
but what's
they were
crazy
very
is
smart,
I was gonna say, yeah, they actually still somehow knew all that shit.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's why
like
they made it.
They used, you know, the idea of deities and shit to explain it.
Yeah.
But essentially, though, they
knew.
understood
Yeah.
that the Earth was not the center of the universe,
Or that it was flat.
or that it was flat. Yeah, like they've used whatever mystical, essentially, forms that they use to explain science. You know, but then again, I mean, there's certain forms of science that sound pretty goddamn mystical too. So.
Hey.
Shit.
Isn't that crazy though too? Like, you and I are both in like the spiritual world kind of thing, like aware and connected or whatever we want to call it.
Yeah.
But it's crazy how I've seen a lot of like things that talk about like how back in the day it was like, you know, very mystical and stuff like that, and a lot of it was just science.
Yeah.
Like, it was really just science, and they were like, witch.
No, yeah, that's what would happen to a lot of people. Is freaking
And
they
like,
weren't.
No,
They would explain things or say that they understood a certain thing the way it worked, and the main thing was the fact that they were like, because they were ignorant or just didn't know.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, like, yeah, you're a witch. Burn them, kill them, stone them, whatever the fuck they fucking did and shit. And yeah, because that's exactly what the fuck would happen. It still happens nowadays for the most part. Because there's even a couple times where I'll explain something online, or I'll see someone else try to explain something online, and then a bunch of motherfuckers are over here like fucking nerd,
Cap,
or like, oh, you're lying and all this shit. And I was like, well, did you not go? How old are you? And they'd be like, oh, like, just for example, I'm like, I don't know. If someone actually answered, they'd be like, oh, I'm 24 or 25. Like, so you graduated high school? I'm assuming you didn't graduate. Like, no, yeah, I graduated. If you get into that type of actual back and forth. So essentially, someone in their mid-20s graduated high school, and they don't believe that the Earth is round. You know, or that, you know, that the stars are far off fucking suns, essentially, that might have or might not have faded away fucking thousands of years ago, and evolution and all this shit and everything. Because it's so far-fetched to them. That's the thing. At the end of the fucking day, scientists are doing what shamans used to do.
right?
Which is take the unknowable, the mostly non-understandable, and shit like that, and presenting it to everyone and being like, look, see what I see, you know? Because without them doing that, that's the whole point of a shaman, is them opening up the average person's quote-unquote eyes to the unseen. Because without them, it's like, even in science they explain that shit, that if your mind can't fathom it, you won't be able to see it.
Right.
So like, that's kind of like the same thing that they explain with like wavelengths, sound waves, shit like that. It's there, but we can't see it, but it's there.
Yeah.
So if there was a way for one of us, some person, to be like, oh, look, I can see sound waves, and they tap you on the forehead, next thing you know, you're like, oh, fuck, like, you know, they're everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah. But, I mean, yeah, that's kind of the whole freaking deal and shit. And, you know, and you get called a nerd, and, you know, probably stoned to death, maybe even nowadays and shit. I'm assuming, yeah, you know, because that's what happens. You get virtually stoned to death by fucking people for proclaiming certain things in the wrong circles.
Yeah.
For the most part. And it's a goddamn shame.
Yeah.
Would you like another Heineken Zero?
Seaboard, please.
Yeah? Okay. I'm gonna, because I'm in a comfortable but yet also leg straining position. So this is a good chance for me to pause, take a break. It's gonna be a split second for you. It'll be at least a minute or so for us. Alright, be right back. Oh, excuse me. Wow, that's a terrible fucking way to start the fucking...
Good timing.
We are back, Bert. I'm sorry. Luckily, you couldn't really hear it. You could probably hear it if you, like, turn the volume up. Don't rewind it, like, 10, 15 seconds and turn the volume up. I mean, if you want to, if you're into that kind of thing, whatever.
Ew.
I don't know. People are into weird shit. I don't judge. I don't kink shame. You know, whatever. If you're, you know, you want to have your toes slightly burned, whatever, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I'm imaginative, which is fucked up because, well, I shouldn't say it's fucked up because that's kink shaming. But I'm like, if I can imagine it and it's not one of my kinks, there's a good chance it's probably someone else's kink out there.
Okay, so if you're gonna fucking go there, let's talk about kinks and ish and niche and
niches,
fetishes,
and shticks,
and ishes,
and shishes, shishasses,
and the B's and the D's and the M's and the S's,
and especially
BDSMs.
the bees. I don't know what the bees are. Oh, you mean like the birds and the bees?
No, stupid. BDSM.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say boobs.
Wow.
Well, because D's is usually like, you know, dick.
Size.
But, like,
Oh.
you know. Wait, what? What did you say? What were you gonna say?
I thought you said sizes. I was like, because I'm saying the D's and the M's and the
No,
S.
because I don't know M as a freaking like a breast size. Isn't it just like
know.
A to
D
and maybe even fucking E?
I think there's F
Then
now.
depending on is there?
Yeah, 'cause
God,
girls.
those poor women.
Yeah.
Because I know that shit causes like fucking back problems and
hurts,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. That
Yeah.
must be a motherfucker. Especially if you don't have the money to get one of those fucking reduction fucking
Yeah.
operations and shit.
Yeah.
Jesus, man, my beer goes to you. Shit. Fucking say whatever the fuck you want to say, whatever, dude. I mean, I appreciate female anatomy as much as the next male. What was the one I want to say it? Genetic male. God damn it. I have a penis. There we go. I don't know how else to fucking say it, god damn it. Like, I don't refer to myself as a guy strictly, but, you know, predominantly male. I could guess you could say that. Sure. Yeah. Like, that's what I was like, I don't fucking know. God damn it.
Okay. Okay. You guys can't see him. Okay? You can't see him. But his face just went from like, you know, from like a male. Wait, that's not what I meant. Wait, like his, you know, whoever has seen fucking the new movie.
What's that, Inside Out, or what's that shit called?
Inside Out.
Yeah. Was that me? I was all the emotions all at once.
I was even thinking you were having a spasm from trying to freaking like say everything you were trying to say with your face. It was hilarious. All the way to I have a penis. Dude, that should be a pin. I have a penis. I identify as a penis.
Oh, freaking shit, dude.
I'm gonna say I identify as a vagina.
Yeah. I identify as a vagina. Holy fuck. Hey, I mean, hey, if people are comfortable fucking, you know, referring to themselves as just an appendage.
Hey, look.
Or whatever is
Look,
considered.
it leaves it very open because I can like my vagina by a woman or by a man or by, you know, any gender. So that's
the thing
very
is
good.
I can be so dirty-minded on that fucking shit. I could be like, so you take pleasure from things rubbing up against you? Or, you know, some shit like that, and I could just go on from there, and I'm like... But then again, at the same fucking time, if someone refers to themselves as a fucking penis, it's like, so you just constantly stand up for no reason. The wind blows, and you're like, fuck sitting down or laying down, I gotta get the fuck up.
That would be so exhausting.
You telling me? Shit.
Randomly getting erect. I'm gonna stand up.
I just looked after my nephew today for like a few hours. I want to say like an hour and a half. Not even that long. And I was like, because I had to get up to be like, oh, fuck, hey, don't touch that. don't do this, don't do that.
Right.
And it got to the freaking point where I was like, no wonder freaking people say that, you know, if you have kids and or a pet, you know, you're like generally in better shape. And it's not so much that just having the kid or just having the pet. I think it's the fact that if you have an active kid or like one of those like asshole cats, so you constantly have to get up and fucking be like, hey, stop that.
Get off of it.
Stop doing this. So it was because I was like, damn, I was like, at some point I was sweating and kind of out of breath. I was like, what the fuck? This never happens when I'm sitting down gaming. I was like, well, because I'm not just sitting down gaming.
Yeah.
I'm also getting the fuck up to, you know, yeah. So I was essentially getting up every fucking time. And yeah, I was like, fuck, dude, that shit was exhausting. Like,
this is
goddamn.
exhausting.
So now you mentioned it right now, I was like, yeah, like, fuck that, dude. That shit would be fucking exhausting, goddamn it.
That's funny.
That was a weird twist that I took everything into, though.
Yeah. You translated it into...
But funny? I think so.
I have a dick.
Yeah, I have a penis.
Oh yeah, you said I have a penis. Now
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep saying that.
I can't say just dick. It just... I mean, like, I know it's like a word for it, but...
It's actually, just think about saying Richard's nickname.
That's fucked up.
Dick Cheney.
But at the same fucking time, honestly, it's like... We've discussed that, though. And we've decided, as a whole...
We're not
We legitimately discussed it. It's not even like it's a joke. Because I was like, you know, that is your nickname, right? Like, essentially, because your name is Richard. And he was like, yeah, but... He didn't come up with any good arguments as to why we shouldn't call him that. But just based off of his lack of arguments, we... And by we, I mean me and my other nephew, Jimmy. We collectively decided to not call him that because we realized that's too much. We already clown enough on him as it is. Like, now we're gonna fucking add calling him Dick as his fucking name like every time. And it's like, nah, that's too much. Besides, it's gonna lose its charm as a fucking insult.
Yeah.
We can't be like, hey Dick, constantly, and then turn around and call one of us Dick. And it's like, I'm not Richard. Like, you know, basically, or whatever. Like, it's just not as
You're
fun
talking
anymore.
to me? Are you talking to me?
And he could also do that too. That's another thing. Is he could flip it on us, and every time we call each other Dick, he'll turn around and be like, "What?" I'm like, "No, we're not." Fuck. I'm like, God damn it. All right.
It
Well,
knows it's fun.
yeah, basically. So it's like, you know what? Yeah, no, we decided to not do that. So we just call him an asshole.
Love it. Love it.
Which I actually do on occasion, because he does fucking act like a freaking prick sometimes. But, you know, most of the time it's because he's just that dense. Like, oh, God. We were, well, we play games on occasion, online. And the last couple of days have been a little rough for me, like, mental health-wise and shit. So, you know, I've had my bad days, good days, but, like, I've had some really bad days the last couple of days and shit. And this motherfucker is like, hey, we're gonna play today. No, man, I'm not really feeling up to it. You know, long story short, just fast forward, me explaining what happened, how I'm feeling, yada yada, all this shit. Well, maybe later you'll feel better. Yeah, or yeah, maybe. I don't know. Like, you know. An hour later, I just told him I had a whole ass mental breakdown. This motherfucker's like, it's been an hour. He probably got over it. Already calling me. And I didn't even answer because I was like, fuck this guy. He's so fucking busted. Like, God damn it.
I can see you yelling out the phone. I'm not ready yet.
I basically fucking do, honestly. And you can ask Jimmy. Because he was here one time when I just told him. I just told this motherfucker. Because I had already told him too. I told Jimmy that, like, why I was all fucked up and shit. And proceeded to tell him this motherfucker's stressing me out and getting my anxiety also fucking rising because he's blowing on my fucking phone to play games. Yeah. Which I understand. Yes, we play games. It's the thing we do. You know, we have fun, relaxes us, but at the same fucking time, if I'm not feeling up to it, don't fucking
Respect
blow
that.
up my fucking phone to fucking be like, are you ready yet?
Yeah.
Are you over yet? Are you ready? Like, fuck, like, you know, like, what the, you know? Shit. And yeah, and like I said, he was standing right here next to me or sitting, whatever. But then he started calling me, and I was like, motherfucker. And he's like, who is it? I was like, who the fuck you think it is? And sure enough, it was him. And I didn't even answer. I think I even turned off my fucking phone. Because I was just like, nope, I'm out. I'm done. I'm just, no. He's just that fuck. And it's not that he's a bad guy. It's not that he's inconsiderate, just to be an inconsiderate piece of crap. He's just dense. Like, he's just, yeah. He's just, that's great. Yeah, it's alright. People are lugging shit by my window now all of a sudden. Having neighbors is awesome.
The level of sarcasm in that.
Was it? I didn't realize the sarcasm came off that strong. By the way, in case no one noticed, that was also fucking sarcasm. Really? Was that sarcastic? I thought I was being totally genuine.
I thought I was being subtle.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they can't see you, but I can. So
that's true.
Even if it didn't
but I mean,
sound it, I totally saw your face.
No, but even then, that's why I was just talking shit, because I was like, there's no way in hell you can hear my voice, and you don't take that for fucking sarcasm. There's no way. Unless you're Benji. With his dense ass. Fucking shit. Yeah, reposition. Oh, there we go. That's much better. I usually sit down for these, but like in that chair.
I'm sorry, you on trade?
No, it's fine. I mean, anything like I'm comfortable is just like at the same time, because my freaking legs like
hang. Oh.
You know, no, mainly because it's like crossed. I guess I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I gotta like, yeah, but I'm good though. I'm fine.
Get comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm honestly afraid that if I lay down, or had that seat that you're on, like, I would probably like take a nap.
Yeah, I mean, but that's why I also make sure to like lay down with the pillows under my arm.
Yeah.
Essentially, more or less poking my ribs.
Yeah.
So it's like it's kind of hard unless I'm that tired, which I would have been like 2-3 days ago or so. Not today. No, today I slept okay. Yeah, I actually slept, but I can't take full credit for it. Mainly because I had more than a couple beers, so
oh, okay.
Yeah. not a healthy freaking
nice
way to go to sleep, but at least I went to fucking sleep.
Yeah.
Because yeah.
I'm actually having a reading, by the way.
You're having a reading?
Yeah. So I read my own tarot. But it's totally different when you have somebody do it for you.
Yeah.
And I have a friend, and I'm gonna see her on Monday. I haven't seen her in months. And I usually like hang out with her once in a while.
Okay.
But she solely dedicates to like card readings and healings and Reiki healings and things like that. And so she's actually been blessed and been really, really busy. And
I should get into that.
Yeah.
I should. But at the same time, it's like it also technically kind of goes against my beliefs.
Why?
Well, because I feel like if you have those abilities, like if you can heal people and shit like that, you shouldn't charge.
Yeah, but you have to remember that it's an exchange of energy. It shouldn't just be like give, because at the end of the day, the reason why I love her and respect her is because her prices never have gone like oh, I'm busy, so now I'm gonna charge you, thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
She's kind of. I even choose to like. I wouldn't say tip her, but I choose to give her more than what she charges me because it's never just a conversation. It's never just a reading of like 30-minute reading and there you go. Like a lot of people online do it.
It just goes on for as long as it goes on.
Out and we're talking and you're helping me out. It's more like a therapy, honestly. Like I see it more as a therapy session.
Yeah.
Than like anything. And so I kind of wish that I would do that and want to do that.
Yeah.
But I feel like my abilities have not are not as evolved yet.
Yeah.
And then every time I want to focus on it, I just like stride away from it. Like, I try.
Well, I mean, most of the time, it's not so much about you know, like getting super focused on it and like hyper fixated. Essentially, it's about just like the intent.
Yeah.
So, you know, whatever little amount of time you're able to put into it, if your intent, like if your heart is in it, then you're gonna learn. And when you learn, no matter how slow you're learning, you're still learning. Right. As long as you don't stop, as long as you don't do what I do with Japanese, you're fine. Because I kind of did that with Japanese, where I freaking, Hey,
let's party.
Yeah. I like this song too, but goddamn, that bass is overpowering. All I hear in the fucking on the monitor is just with the like, oh fuck, nope, I gotta stop that shit. This is fine. Yeah, a lot of bass, but not a whole lot of else freaking overpowering.
I think that's all your music though. A lot of bass.
A lot of bass.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Not all my music though, but definitely a good amount of it. That's for sure. Like a 50-60%, maybe more than that. And the rest of the percentile is split into like weird shit, like well, not weird shit, but out of that pattern.
Yeah.
So like bluegrass and shit like that. When we were listening to some dude fucking playing the banjo and fucking playing some Appalachian fucking anthem or some shit like that. Which I'm super into, actually. So in case anyone's hearing me, that wasn't sarcasm. It shouldn't sound like sarcasm, but just in case someone took it as such, it wasn't sarcasm. God damn it.
That's funny.
Man, I think the Appalachian area and shit and everything is like a huge area of interest for me. But yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of the weird shit happens there. According to people that believe in the same shit that I believe in. It can be attributed to the fact that that whole area hasn't changed in the last, like, I don't know how many millions of years. So, like, whenever, like, the whole, like, the planet was all one giant, well, not the planet itself, but, like, the continents.
Yeah.
Before there were continents. When it was all,
one big land.
Yeah, I forgot the freaking name of it. Geopaea or some shit like that. The giant landmass, yeah. So, around the time that it split, one of the freaking areas that was a part of that was essentially like the Appalachian Mountains or the Trail or both. I don't know, but yeah, the Appalachia area. That's all basically from everything else for the most part shifted and adapted and morphed and whatever and so on and so forth. But that whole area is more or less exactly the same fucking way it was. All those fucking millions or billions, I forget. But yeah, like all that fucking time ago.
That's
so
crazy.
Yeah, so that's one of the reasons that like people can more or less, obviously not literally, but kind of scientifically explain why weird shit that people report happens there, and why some of the weird shit that people say lives there. Because there's a good fucking chance, and not so much that they're like, yeah, there's a good fucking chance that it's not so much that it's that is just this weird supernatural shit, which of course I also believe happens. But
they call it Yeti there?
Huh?
Is that the place where they call it Yeti?
No. Freaking right there, the Appalachian and all that shit is like where like the
the dinosaurs.
The skinwalkers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Or not with skinwalkers per se. Wendigos. So
yeah,
Wendigos. A lot of shit.
Yeah.
A lot of shit just has reported happening there. It's one of those spots where you hear, especially the Wendigos, because there's like videos of people like walking through the forest, and they hear someone go "help" in a human voice, but they're like, that's not a human.
Yeah.
So the moment they hear that, people that know the area, they're like, nope, and they fucking instantly go, nope, the fuck out. Yeah. They're like, nah, because they do that shit apparently. Is they'll yell out in a humanish sounding voice, and people go over like, oh fuck, someone's in trouble, and then you never see them ever again. Jesus Christ, someone got angry. You heard that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it wasn't just me. I thought it was just feedback from the fucking mic or something.
That's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of shit in that area, but it's also one of the reasons where it's become one of my I want to go to places.
Bucket list.
My bucket list spots, yeah. It used to be like Japan was at the top of the list. Now Japan's like dropped to like I don't know, like 15 or some shit like that. Man, because, and then Appalachia and that whole general area. I don't want to actually go into the Appalachian Mountains. Appalachian. I forgot how they actually pronounce it in that area, but whatever. However you pronounce it, I'm sorry if you're listening to this shit and I'm mispronouncing it. You know what I mean.
And I'm completely butchering it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was like, you know, well, you barely know more or less of it. I'm supposed to have done research, and I still fucking forget how it's supposed to be pronounced, or at least how they pronounce it in the area. But, yeah, y'all know what I mean. We have veered off course. Super fucking
so bad. So bad.
This
is kind of how our conversations go, though. Like, it's really
That's true, though.
Yeah, because we started talking about... Now we start talking about me and my friend and the readings and stuff, and then
that's true.
Deviated to
so it led us into mystical shit, more or less. So yeah, hey, you know what? You don't like it? Stop listening.
So good.
That's always been the
motto.
The Gh3to8udda golden rule.
That's funny.
If everything's like a little too psychotic for you, and or random. Just, you know, there's a stop button, and there's a delete button after that in case you downloaded the entire episode and shit. You know, by all means, you're free. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. That's the
sound we're looking for.
That's the sound we're looking for. If you hear this, and you know my Instagram and or TikTok, feel free to DM me.
Send us the name, though.
Yeah, send me the name. I have no idea what the fuck that shit is. That's a lot of bass. Anyway, so back to the actual... the actual subject, which we were actually having a pretty good back and forth on, as far as Latinos and comics and such and everything goes.
Yeah.
Wow. Never mind.
More.
That's.
I was gonna say one more, please.
Wait, what?
One more skip.
Oh, I know. Yeah, because that was like some straight up freaking metal, basically.
Yeah. It was gonna give me anxiety because I'm like trying to like feeling like I want to rush through it.
No. You mean I rush through anything, essentially?
Yeah. I was gonna start getting like...
No, yeah, I get that. I'm like that when I'm driving. When I'm driving, a certain fucking song comes up.
Oh, hell
if there's traffic, oh, God. I'm like, no!
You know I did that? Okay, so I really hate... I have issues. I don't have issues driving, but...
We all have issues.
Yeah, driving in LA is just the worst.
Yeah.
But I was trying to come up... I went to Woodland Hills, and I was trying to come up the 405 freeway.
Yeah.
And you know this really big incline, right, when you're going to go from, like, to Ventura or, like, you know, the 101 to the 405 or whatever?
Yeah.
I hate going up. I mean, I hate going down, but at least going down I feel safe because I'm not breaking the motherfucking shit, like, from the whole thing, right? But going up, it's like, you just got to go up, you know?
Yeah.
And then if cars get in your way, like... Get those motherfuckers out the way, but you gotta just go up. And so, like, most of the time, even if there's traffic in that section, like, everybody's going, a madre is going up, right?
Yeah.
So, it's not bad. But I was, like, freaking the hell out because I hadn't driven there in a long time. So I bust my system of a down, and I'm like, yeah, let's do this with toxicity.
Oh,
and
fuck.
I was like, ah! Just going up. Massively playing System of a Down while I'm
even
like,
when you get to those slow parts, I'm like,
yeah.
I don't think you trust.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's Chop Suey, right?
No,
it is Toxicity. It's been a while since I listened to freaking System. At least like to that point. I know. I used to be such a huge fucking System fan. I still am, but obviously
not on your everyday.
It's not on my everyday anymore. Yeah, that's for sure.
So I was just like trying to just make it to the top because like it was just like giving me such an anxiety. And then when it finally got to like the slower part of the freeway, I was like, all right, good. But I was still playing System, so I still was trying to go like, get out of my way.
Cause I mean, yeah, like
the
that's
music
just,
was just so like
it pumps you up. It gives you, puts you in a certain, well, it either pumps you up or brings you down or whatever. Like yeah, whatever you listen to will just. That's why I freaking got into the habit at some point. I used to work in a city of industry, so I